A good midday Monday for everyone. Roger Hill with the VELCO Weather Hazards Outlook. Big picture, you can see North America and also across the Atlantic into Europe. Pretty cold across the northern parts of Canada, and some of that colder air has made it into Vermont, and it's making it pretty cold despite a ton of sunshine out there. Temperatures today only topping out probably about the mid-40s, maybe some upper 40s in western valleys, but it's a cold start to the day with frosty conditions, even a little bit of wet snow from last night. And since then, things have melted out pretty quickly. And what we're looking at again is this kind of northwesterly flow that's been kind of working into parts of northern New England, not penetrating the rest of the country. A little bit of a colder flow out in the parts of the, say, western plains, the northern Rockies, but conditions not nearly so cold as the coldest air resides across the eastern and northeastern half of Canada, especially up here in Hudson Bay, where temperatures are still running at about 0 degrees. Ridiculous. In terms of precipitation, you can see not really a whole lot going on. Relatively dry, almost from the Pacific coast into the eastern areas of the eastern seaboard. A little bit of shower activity and maybe some thunderstorms over the Gulf Stream just off of Cape Hatteras, North Carolina. A little bit of snow shower activity in parts of Quebec, and a little bit of rain showers across parts of the northern plains up here in parts of Alberta, Manitoba, Saskatchewan area. That's about it. Let's go to the modeling. We have the year on the left-hand side and the GFS deterministic model on the right-hand side. You can see a ridge of higher pressure that's controlling the weather now. And all the precipitation's exited, and it's looking pretty good. So this is valid 2 o'clock this afternoon on this Monday afternoon. This 3 hours later, that's 5 o'clock, 5 p.m. This evening. And this is the next weather maker here. It's going to be arriving, eventually approaching the area, not until probably very late in the day, throwing a lot of cloud cover at us Tuesday afternoon. But basically Monday into Tuesday morning and really into Tuesday afternoon, it will be dry, but decent solar conditions into the morning hours anyway tomorrow morning. Then those clouds roll in, and here comes the precipitation in the form with this frontal boundary. And note that we have a little bit of snow on its northern periphery on the cold side of the cold front here. And that cold front works on in, and indeed it affects parts of northern Vermont Wednesday afternoon. So basically we start out with some rain showers, or rain even, and then that changes over to wet snow, but it's a real quick changeover, and we're not looking at anything appreciable. Maybe a little light coating in the northern Green Mountains. This is valid at about 8 o'clock in the evening on Wednesday evening. Now, once we get into Wednesday night, Thursday, this area of higher pressure will go to work and drift right overhead. We're looking at this 1031, 1032 hectopascal area of higher pressure. That's going to be controlling the roost here across the northeast United States. Meanwhile, the rest of the country starts to become a little bit more energized with some precipitation, with some jet stream energy working in, and also some moisture. Taking a little bit further along, that area of higher pressure in control for the next few days to follow after that frontal boundary works on through midweek. We're looking at good conditions going into Friday night. The area of higher pressure still in control and still putting the block on this next weather system here that'll be following, but not until probably somewhere along about Saturday night, Sunday, we're going to start to see this move on in, and that is our next chances for rain showers. So only 2 main weather systems to affect this entire outlook. This one is a little bit beyond the outlook period. You can see that rain showers continue into probably Sunday night, some sort of a stringy frontal boundary, a warm front now. And so a little busier weather pattern, but at least it's in the form of April showers, except that we're now into May. Looking at the GFS ensemble, the Jeff's plume centered on the Montpelier grid, what we can see is the 1 3-hourly QPF centerlined here with that next storm system coming in for the middle part of the week. And then some nice weather to follow, some nice weather ahead of it. The next bit of business comes in, it looks like late in the weekend. Saturday night into Sunday, and you can see it's pretty minimal. Now, you put all this all together in terms of the total QPF, and it only amounts to under 5/10 of an inch, probably about 3,500, 4/10, something like that. And so we're not looking at a tremendous amount of precipitation, of course. Looking at the 850 temperatures and what type of precipitation that falls, this being the 0 degree centigrade line, what you can see is that this is rain showers, anything warmer than 0 degrees centigrade, and anything colder than 0 degrees centigrade would be in the form of frozen precip. So running that line, this is when that's going to occur. A little bit of rain showers that will change over to wet snow showers, and etc. And the overall total snow doesn't look like it's going to be very much. You can see it down here. This is 1 inch. We're talking probably a little over 5/10 of an inch, a half inch, and that's what the Montpelier grid is giving us. Probably an inch or so on our local mountain slopes of the northern, perhaps some central Green Mountains. Could see a little bit of accumulations on grassy surfaces, but not a whole lot going on there. This is the Weather Prediction Center's total QPF for the next 7 days, and what you can see here is pretty dry across these parts here. Main storm track is off the coast. Another one that's trying to develop from the southern plains and the Tornado Alley region. You're seeing locally 4-inch amounts of rainfall. This carries up into the Great Lakes to our north and west, and it's getting busier now across the west coast yet again. Feels cold out there? You would be right. You can see this is pretty decently below normal here, 10 to 15 degrees below normal Celsius. That's pretty significant. And we're starting to see a warm up here. It's warm across the pole. This is going to start to cool down, and we're going to start to see much warmer air in the mid-latitudes, with the polar vortex strengthening eventually. But this week is going to be pretty cold. The next 5 days of high temperatures with the MOS, the output statistics here, running about 3 degrees below normal. These are high temperatures only. About 3 days later, we warm that up, so about a 6-degree switch and running about 3 degrees above normal across northern parts of New England at that point in time. And we have a pretty nice day in progress. It looks like it's going to stay that way, except for a little bit of cloud cover near the Canadian border. You can see the winds and current temperatures here, and of course weather conditions. No precipitation. Only thing up near Valcartier. That's it from here. Roger Hill, Weathering Heights. Thanks for watching.